Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to have a super fun video. We're gonna cook supper together and then later on we are going to be decorating the kitchen. Well, I guess I'm gonna be decorating. You guys can come along for the ride. So if at any point in this video you are enjoying it and you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. That way you don't miss a video. Let's get into this. So my name is Megan Fox. I live in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. I am a mom of 2 toddlers and I do enjoy cooking. Tonight we were having a very special meal, which was filet mignon. Now the recipe I'm sharing with you guys, you can definitely make any kind of steak with, but the times that I give you and stuff are going to be specific to filet mignon. And this is a Pinterest recipe my friend so kindly shared with me. So the first thing I did was I set the steaks out to get to room temperature before I was ready to cook them. And then I started right in on making an herb butter. Now I will say this herb butter would be 20 times better with fresh herbs. It was super good, but it doesn't pop quite as much, if you know what I mean, when you're using dried herbs versus fresh. But you can do it either way. I'm just letting you know right now I'm using dried, but the recipe does call for fresh. So for this recipe, you're gonna need some oregano, some rosemary, and a little bit of parsley, as well as garlic. And you're gonna mix that into some softened butter and just like knead it together. And then what I did was I rolled it up in like a log and stuck it in the fridge to harden a little bit so I was ready for it. You wouldn't have to do this since I was using it right away, but I feel like if you harden it up a little bit, it's a lot easier to slice later on. And you're gonna see we're gonna top each steak with this herb butter. So delicious. I also did a quick shortcut because this evening was a busy one and I just used a chopped salad from Aldi. This was their Asian version and I just tossed it together and I put the dressing on just for me and the kids. Josh does not love the ginger orange dressing or whatever they send along. Then he put, I think, Caesar on his or something. Anyway, on the nights that we have steak, we usually have salad. Now, I did want to let you guys know where this meat came from and a little bit more about it. We are big meat people. Most of our meals are centered around some kind of protein, and we get our beef from ButcherBox. Ooh, what did we get? ButcherBox. I mean, besides filet mignon, right?
Yeah, got some filet mignon. Got some it's some sirloin, strip steaks.
What's that? Ribs? Pig ribs?
Yep,
of course.
got some ribs. I got a pork butt.
Oh, yeah, we have a couple different ways we like to make those.
Actually.
You got like all
I'm
steaks?
sorry, this is ribs. This is ribs. I got
2 ribs. Oh my word.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. I didn't get a pork butt in this one. And then I got some more steaks. I got just some round steaks and something called a ranch steak, which I've never tried, so we'll see what that is. And Delmonico's.
Nice. Huh. So as you can see, we love our beef. ButcherBox believes in better, and when they say better, they mean 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, heritage breed pork, and wild-caught seafood. We have tried all of their options. We often fill our boxes up with beef, as you see there. Hey Fletcher, what are you playing? Are you feeding your baby her supper? Are you feeding the baby her supper? Good job. ButcherBox is sponsoring this portion of the video. We used to have a cow in our freezer. My parents raise beef every year, but we are waiting for our cow to be ready in May, so it's gonna be a while yet, and so we've been really loving that we have ButcherBox to fall back on. Their meat is really good quality. I get a lot of questions actually, like how good is it, blah, 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 whatever. I don't have a Costco membership, but I've been told that it's even better than their stuff, and the price is not bad at all. So definitely check it out. Their average cost per meal is less than $6. So the basic process for making these steaks starts with a cast iron skillet. This is what it looks like when Josh is in charge of supper. He just stands there and stares at the meat. You know what I do when I'm in charge of supper? When I'm waiting for the meat, I'd be like cleaning up the kitchen, doing a load of laundry, playing with the kids.
Super mom. I'm not super.
That's the difference between a guy and a girl, I guess. But I never complain when he wants to make supper. Yes, we often grill our meat, but it's getting colder now, and I wanted to try it this way. My friend had given me a really good recipe I wanted to try, and it was good. I have to vouch for that. Basically, you melt butter and oil in a pan, and then you sear it on both sides, pop it in the oven, and just let it bake in there till it's your desired doneness. Again, all the times are detailed down below. We like ours medium well, and yeah, they got done pretty much perfectly. So after they came out of the oven, I went ahead and put them on a platter and covered them with tinfoil and let them rest for 10 minutes. And while that was happening, I prepared the butter and just sliced it into little rounds. And then I laid them on top of each steak. Kind of like if you've ever been to Ruth's Chris, that's how they do their steaks. And we've been there I've been there once in my life, and it was so good. And so this is kind of what it reminded me of, just like a herby butter dripping down across the hot meat. So delicious. It's always an ordeal getting to the table with two toddlers getting their bibs and their sippy cups. And yeah, we finally got to sit down and enjoy our delicious supper. So basically, if you're wondering how ButcherBox works, they source their meat from farmers and fishermen, and then you can go on their website. You choose your box and delivery frequency. We just get ours sporadically when we feel like we need more meat, but there's 5 different options. We always pick the custom box so we can get exactly what we want, and it comes in an eco-friendly 100% recyclable box. And then you just grab your meat and you grill it up or cook it up, however you want to do, and enjoy their amazing meat with your family. And I chose to upload this video now because at the moment they are offering new members 2 New York strip steak and 4 top sirloins free in your first ButcherBox order. And remember, shipping is always free. So I was so happy when they gave me this offer to share with you all, and I hope you have the chance to take advantage of it. And while we do love our homegrown beef from my parents, I have to say we've never had steaks as soft as ButcherBox steaks, and these filet mignons were just out of this world soft. The kids ate it completely fine. You know, there was none of that chew, 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 spit it out business. They ate it and loved it. And no, we don't plan to feed our kids filet mignon on the regular, but this was a fun special occasion, and it was kind of, yeah, just special to share it with them.
It's very soft.
Wow, well that's because it's filet mignon from ButcherBox. How's it taste? Should it be saltier?
It's delicious.
Really? Yeah, you're acting like so serious. I didn't know. Okay, Bonnie, you taste it and tell me how good it is. Tell me if it's good or if it's yucky. Well, taste it first. Is it yummy? Is it soft? Can you chew it this time? Yeah! 2 thumbs up. Fletcher, you're a spoiled, rotten little baby, aren't you?
You eat it all gone?
He stuck it all in his mouth. My word, look at him chewing. Fletcher!
Eat one at a time.
Can you blame him though? It's so good. Okay, we don't often have dessert, but this evening I wanted to make it a little bit special. Me and Josh had both been pretty busy that evening and hadn't been able to hang out with the kids a ton. So in keeping with the theme, I went ahead and made Skillet chocolate chip cookies in the oven. Well, it was really just one big chocolate chip cookie. Here I am wearing my volleyball clothes because I was going to head off to volleyball around 8 o'clock once the kids were headed off to bed. Anyway, the way I made the cookie dough was, you know, just like normal. You make the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients, and I will put a link down below to my website where I have the recipe card for these cookies. This is actually a recipe I kind of made up on my own one time when I was running out of butter and I was running out of white sugar or brown sugar, one or the other. And so this recipe is so good, and it takes a couple different kinds of fat and a couple different kinds of sugars or sweeteners. That way, it's just a nice recipe to have on hand if you don't have a ton of some of the ingredients. They're really good just in the traditional way, but they work great for the skillet. If you're looking for cast iron, there are a lot of different brands out there. These, I think, are just like the Lodge brand that you can find on Amazon. And I think you might have noticed when I was making the steaks that the steaks were kind of packed in there. It's because we have the 9-inch skillet, and the recipe called for a 12-incher. I really like the 9-inch one. It feels very versatile to us. But we also have a 6-inch one that I use for the cookies here. But yeah, go ahead and check out the links I have down below from Amazon. They make great Christmas presents as well. And I did just work with Marquette Castings the other week, and they also have cast iron skillets. So if you're gonna make these, grease your skillet and then pack the dough into it and just pop it in the oven at 350. And then you're gonna have to watch it because depending how thick you made your cookie or how big your skillet is, it's gonna take a different amount of time. So just set your oven at 350 and then keep an eye on it. And when it looks a little bit brown across the top, you don't want it too brown, obviously, but a gooey chocolate chip cookie is always the best. You'll get it out and top it with ice cream. You can do sprinkles, you can do nuts, you can do whipped topping, whatever. Sometimes those crazy trashy looking desserts just feel gross to me, so we just stuck with ice cream and chocolate sauce. But yeah, do whatever you want. And then you can just like set it on the kitchen table and everybody can dig in with their own spoon. It was just a fun little family thing to do before bedtime. And then I was headed off to volleyball after that. I don't know if I've even talked to the camera yet in this video, but hey, it is another day and I am getting ready to decorate. My philosophy on decorating is just do it if it's fun for you. Anyway, I think for this Christmas, I usually decorate like the day after Thanksgiving or like that Saturday or something, but this year we have Fox Sparrow and we're relaunching right around that time, so there'll be a lot of packing to do and things like that. So I decided just to decorate as I felt like I wanted to. So for now, I think my living room is gonna look really fallish and my kitchen is gonna have kind of like a Christmas tablescape to it. So basically, let me show you what I'm working with. Right now, the kids are eating their breakfast. Yeah, that's one way I can get them to be quiet while I'm filming. What are you guys having for breakfast this morning? They're having waffles with chocolate protein in them and they're dipping it in whipped cream. Do you like it, Fletcher? They're so quiet. That's because their mouths are full, I guess. Anyway, here is what I had going on for fall. I just have this big white wall that I ended up putting some printables on. They are available on Fox Sparrow, meganfoxunlocked.com. But they are kind of come down, I think, because I'm gonna make this light all decorated up. I'm gonna have greens up here and it's gonna be like dripping with Christmas ornaments, and yeah, I might do a little tablescape down here with some pretty plates and stuff, we'll see. But yeah, so right now I'm gonna get working on making this a clean slate and starting over. Oh, I just thought I would mention, this is, I think, from the Magnolia line at Target. It's just like this pretty rusty color. I might even use it for Christmas, it depends, we'll see how it works out. I kind of like the muted Christmas colors, you'll kind of see in a bit here. But I only have 2 chairs because then we have 2 high chairs, and then on this side here is just a little bench. And this table is like, if you look at the legs, you see it's very farmhousey, so I'm not in love with the legs and stuff, but I do love the tabletop, and so we're keeping this thing for now. We have no need to upgrade or buy a new one. And yeah, I like the natural wood, I think. So anyway, let's see what we want to do here. I don't love to decorate with very cliche seasonal colors, you know, like the red and the orange and the yellow for fall and the red and the green for Christmas time. I'm just not quite as traditional with that, I guess. I just love that like muddy color palette. Not really moody because I like bright, airy colors. But yeah, you can just see in my home there's a lot of that, just like muddy colors going on. And by the way, if you guys saw me hang these pictures with command strips a while back, they did come off really easily. Just make sure you pull the command strip parallel to the wall until it pops off. That way you don't take any paint off with it. Okay, what am I doing out in the woods? Yes, the first step for me decorating was going out in the woods and finding 2 branches that I could use to kind of make a structure for my light. Because see here, you can see that my light is not an actual square. You can find like square box lights that have a nice frame. Mine is more of like a cross type of thing. So I needed these 2 sticks to put on either end to kind of make a frame so that my garland could go the whole way around the light in kind of like a square. And this actually worked really well. I have to say I was a little bit proud of myself. I didn't know how this would work out, but I just used floral wire and wrapped it around the sticks. And I made sure that the sticks were the proper length so that they were, you know, uniform with those other little boxes there. And yeah, I just twisted it on and they stayed really well. They worked awesome. And I like that they're natural looking wooden sticks. They just blended in really well with my decor and nobody is ever even gonna think about it that they're up there. So once I had my basic skeleton down pat, I went and got my decor. A lot of the decor you're going to see today is from Calico Creek Home, which is a local store, Mennonite run, and you can find a lot of their stuff online as well. I'll put the link down below. And Target is where the rest of the things came from. And then, of course, there was a lot of things that I collected over the years as well. I had told my friends that I was decorating that day, and I talked to my one friend in the evening. She's like, wait, you only decorated your kitchen table in like that whole day? I'm like, yep, because I was a little bit extra. You're going to see here I did a lot to this little tablescape. And plus I have kids too, and I was doing laundry and I was cooking for them and making them meals. So yeah, it takes longer than you think. I think I decorated from about 10 to 1, and that was with a lot of different interruptions and stuff. Do you guys like flocked greenery or just like the plain natural greens? I feel like if I do it not flocked, it doesn't bug me for as long. Like I can keep up winter decor the whole way till March because it just feels like greens. But yeah, I would love to hear what your opinion is. And here are the gorgeous ornaments that I found at Calico Creek. I went for like the mercury glass, orange toned, blush toned ones. You guys know me by now. I sprinkled them in with some more inexpensive, just plastic ornaments that I believe I had gotten at Kmart one year when they were going out of business. And that's a tip that I would definitely want to pass on with you guys. If you have some expensive ornaments, don't be afraid to mix in some cheaper ones to make them go further. That way you don't have to spend quite as much money. And I used fishing line to hang the ornaments. That way they looked like they were just suspended in midair. And then I wanted a beaded garland, so I roped Evonnie into helping me out. She wanted to help out, so I thought this would be the perfect project for her. What do you think, Evonnie?
All these red ones?
Yeah. I will link these little wooden beads off of Amazon. They're actually not that expensive. And it's just a piece of string, and then I wrap tape around it to make it stiff on the end, kind of like a needle, and she can feed it right through. Show everybody how you do it. Yep, right like that. Good job.
Is it down to the bottom?
Yep, keep going. Good job, Vonnie. You're helping making Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Should we get a Christmas tree too and do it to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fletcher, gentle, gentle, gentle.
2, 5, 6, 5.
Good job. You like to count, Fletcher.
That's a lot of marbles, don't I?
Yeah. Okay, for my centerpiece, I had this threshold macrame runner that I got at Target just like the other week, so you guys could probably still grab them if you wanted one. I just thought this is a lot more versatile than just for Christmas time, so that's what drew me to it. And I just started setting up my candlesticks. These, I believe, yes, I got these at Martin's Furniture and Mattress. They're kind of like this really pretty brassy gold color. They really work well with all decor. And I also had these trees that I got from Target as well. And you're going to see here, I'm poking them into the holes of the macrame, trying to get them to stand nice. And Fletcher, of course, was undoing the work as fast as I was doing it, but whatever, that's fine. And you're going to see here that I decided I did not like how this looked at all. And so I actually am going to change it up later on in the video. So stick around for that. And then I had bought in 2 little baby wreaths when I was at Calico Creek, one for each chair that's at our dining room table. Yes, we only have 2 chairs because there's also 2 high chairs and then a bench along the back. So I only needed 2 wreaths to do this. And I was so disgusted. All I had left of my velvet ribbon that I'd used to decorate the front porch for fall was this little 2-foot strip. And I really debated it. I really did about just throwing the kids in the car and heading to Hobby Lobby, but honestly, I was like, I don't have time for that, and I decided just to make it work So instead of actually using the ribbon to attach the wreaths to the chair, I used floral wire, and then I covered up the floral wire with the strips of ribbon so that I didn't need as much. So there's a hack for you. I don't think you can really tell. I wasn't planning on doing a bow anyway. I feel like bows are just too girly for me. So actually I was totally fine with it, and it worked out fine. And I didn't have to make a special trip to the store for anything. So I decided that my centerpiece needed some definition. It just looked really, I don't know, sparse. So I took everything off the runner again, and then I collected a couple different tray options that I had floating around. This one here is a DIY that I made in last year's Christmas DIY gift idea video. And then I also had this natural wooden tray that I got from, I think it was called New Life Creations. And then here's just like a cheese board lid that I thought could work as well. I just brought them in and like kind of held them up, trying to visualize which one would look best against the wood of the table. And I ultimately decided to use the wood round that I gotten from New Life Creations. I'll see if I can link their Instagram or something like that down below. As you can see, it added nice height and just some borders and definition to the centerpiece. Plus, it's super easy to remove if I need to fill the table up with food. Also, where I had the fresh greenery, I just put a little faux Christmas tree in my little Braden wood plant hanger. Yeah, it looks Christmassy to me. Then it was time to just clean everything up. Yes, the kids are now eating lunch. That's how long it's been. And then I set the table just to have a cute little tablescape for some inspiration for you guys. Evonnie wanted to help, and so I was like, well, yeah, of course, she can help set the table. These little green cups are actually from Josh's grandma's auction, and I feel like they add just a nice little bit of color to the tablescape. Also, the square plates are just a Goodwill find. There is so many cute things that were running through my head that I could have done for a tablescape, but I just didn't have the supplies on me. I'm still looking for the perfect color spruce green linen napkins. Yes, I'm very specific. Haven't found those yet. So I was just gonna use what I had on hand. I didn't feel like running to the store for extra stuff. And as you can see here, it is going to turn out really pretty. Very neutral though, very neutral. Here I am just making some DIY tags, name cards. I just used Sharpie marker then to write our names on them and punched a hole in them, and used this really pretty twine that I picked up at the Target dollar spot probably 3 years ago. It just keeps going and going. Well, I guess I did buy like 3 rolls of the stuff, so. That greenery is from our tree out front, and it just adds a little bit more color to the table. Did I put my silverware correctly? Oh my goodness, I never know how to set silverware right. I always have to Google it, and this is the diagram that I found online, so I hope I got that right. For some reason, it's so hard for me to remember. And then I just had to wipe down the kitchen, get everything cleaned up. And I just grabbed my little shark vacuum and sucked up all the dirt on the floor. As you guys know, when you decorate, there's always a mess. At least I wasn't dealing with pampas grass or flocked trees or anything like that. So it was pretty minimal. I cleaned it up in about 10 minutes or less. Also, our kitchen cabinets, we did repaint this spring. I have videos documenting exactly how we did it. I'd like to say they are really holding up well. And that gray color you're looking at, it's like a bluey, greeny gray color, is called Kitty Gray by Benjamin Moore. And then I just lit some candles, always the last and final touch. I wish my Christmas candles from Fox Sparrow had come in. They had not yet, but I will definitely be adding them to the store as soon as they're in, because they are just gorgeous and they would fit perfect with this tablescape, as they are like a beautiful green color. And here's the final look, guys. Enjoy. Wow, that was super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was just so fun to create something beautiful in my kitchen. Yes, my living room looks like fall yet, but my kitchen looks like Christmas. That's okay, I'm fine with it. I feel like since I decorated with like a cohesive color scheme, it looks fine. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for more decor content. I'm not gonna make a dedicated video, I don't think, but I will sprinkle it throughout my day in the life tip videos in the future here. I plan to do a rustic DIY Christmas tree at our front window up here. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed and come back each week to see what I have for y'all. And before you leave, please check out the link down below for your free steaks from ButcherBox when you sign up. A lot of you have already taken advantage of my ButcherBox offers, and I know that you will love it. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.